Should women even be police officers? Well, that's what we'll talk about in this video. Guys, welcome to the channel, The Modern Survivalist. Survival and preparedness is what we do here. If you want to learn more about all of this, you have the channel with a lot of content. You have my books, Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse, in the links there below, the description of the video and the first comment. And some of these things are relevant to what we'll see in this video. Now, it is a controversial topic, one of these things that people feel, oh, of course, why wouldn't women be police officers? Some of the best police officers I know happen to be women. Well, that's nice. And then there's the other factor of, well, women are not as strong as men. That's simply a fact. It's 30%, 40% less physical strength. They have less reaction time. They're just not as fast. They just are physically not as strong, fast, and having the reaction time of a man. That's simply the way it is. Well, that should not be an impediment. I know a number of great police officers that are women. Great. I was also kind of in that camp. If you have asked me this question a couple years ago, I would have said, of course, yeah. Well, kind of, maybe for patrolling, for like being on the streets, women have that massive disadvantage with half of the population. So I see a very strong case for no, they should not be police officers, because it's not going to be as safe for them, right? And it is already a very dangerous job, but it's also, you lack the capability that half of the other population has, which men have, which is you're going to be a lot more likely to deal with much more success when things get difficult, when things get specifically violent and such. And this not only puts yourself at risk, it puts at risk the people that you're supposed to be protecting and serving, right? Remember that part? Well, so that's where I see an argument. Now, in this video, I see it as even more so the case. This video just confirms for me 100% that women have no place whatsoever on the streets with a police uniform. I mean, if you have female officers like working on online crimes, scams, things where they are not physically, where their physical strength, speed, and some of these decisions are not things that they have to rely on, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, go for that. But on the streets where things can get very, very dangerous, no. There is no logical reason for something like this to happen. And even more so, we have this incident right here, right? We have this instance, the video, provided information, what happened in February 3, blah, blah, blah. There you go. You have the Houston, Dallas, Texas Ranger, right? So it's 2 a.m., apartment tenants, maintaining worker, deputy makes sure apartment was safe. There was no intruder located inside. Okay, nice, good stuff there.
It was safe and secure. There was no intruder located inside. A second deputy then arrived to assist. A resident of a neighboring apartment approached the deputy and reported that someone had broken into another nearby second-floor apartment.
Right, so someone broke in. There's a broken window.
Deputies went to investigate the reported break-in. They saw the front window screen removed, broken glass, and the blinds raised near the front door. The deputies knocked on the front door.
Okay, so this is what you need to know as of what was happening, right? So it's two female officers. They respond to a call. It's 2 a.m. It's one of these apartment buildings, right? And they approach, and it turns out that there's nothing, but they get like, hey, there's something else going up there. The window is broken. And these two female officers go up there to see what's going on. Again, 2 a.m., middle of the night, two female officers. You kind of could be a little bit scared, right? Let's go with that. So they're going up there and they're going with their... I see this image and I think about several things. The first thing I think of is women are not as fast, are not as quick. They don't react as quickly as men. They don't have the same strength. And I think that when it comes to human nature and female nature and how men react and how women react, you should not have a female officer out there with a gun. And I get it. Some guys also have horrible reactions. I think that in this video specifically, it is painfully obvious how different men and women are. Just bear with me. Why do you have a pound of shit hanging on your wrist? Why do you have the longest, stupidest nails ever if you're a police officer? You cannot grab... I mean, I'm not even talking about operating the gear, your radio, and oh, she can do it just fine. Well, no, you cannot grab someone. I know an officer that got himself injured grabbing someone. He actually got injured grabbing a tiny woman, of all people. A guy that was for years dealing with drunks, maybe weighing, 200 pounds or God knows what else. And it was just bad luck that this drunk lady just pushed and pulled on the wrong side, and he got his finger pulled, and he was injured for like months, right? And this is a fit guy that does this for a living. He loves his job. He's actually very good at it, and he trains, and he's good at this physical dealing with people that are behaving violently. You're going to tell me that this woman with those nails is capable of doing her job? I'll tell you right now that no, she's not. You cannot do your job as a police officer with nails that big. Why? Because you cannot grab shit. You cannot grab people. You barely can operate your fucking car with those nails or a radio. And there she goes, right? And this is a fit woman. We're not getting into, but the difference between men and women, it is so painfully obvious that you just cannot ignore this. You cannot ignore this fact. So there they go, right? Broken window, she goes, checks out, looks around. Okay. Knock on the door. She goes.
Sheriff's office!
Strength, tone of voice. It's so many things that when you think about this objectively and remove all of the politically correct bullshit, you realize like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Go do something else. You don't have to be this simply because I just really want it, and I just feel super empowered being a female officer. Right. How good are you at your job then again? Okay. The alarm goes off. They are nervous. They're a little bit scared, right? Two women in this dark place and alarms going off and whatnot. I get it. Yeah, sure. Everyone, any man or woman, anyone would be scared, a little bit worried, and so on, right? What are those? Again, what I just said about the nails. Look at these things. Look at those things. How are you supposed to do your job? Is there no supervisor? No one? Really, just a little bit of common sense. Just a tiny little bit. Sweetheart, Mrs. or officer, whatever the hell the name of this woman is, you can't do your job with those things, right? With that crap stuck on your fingers, how do you expect to do your job, right? This other one, she's grabbing the Glock as if it was like a broom. I don't know what she's thinking. That's not how you hold on to a gun. Let alone that. And this is where I have to mute because this is where it gets super stupid. And she dumps it. Mag dumps the crap out of that. Reloads. Not great, but hey, reload nonetheless. And another mag dump. Why? Because she's scared. She slams her gun and not fucking. That's not a, yeah. But she's, yeah. Let's shit the. Oh, God damn it. How many times do you have to do that? Two mag. There's a genius that we're talking about. That's the brunette. That's the bright mind. There you go. Well done, lady. Well done. You saved the day. Not really, just some innocent woman, but anyway, yeah. Let's just go with that. Again, all of the crap hanging from her wrist because that is super necessary. That is absolutely essential for her job, right? Yeah, it's not an impediment in any way having a bunch of crap hanging there. What? You mean that? No, she has a donut. Oh, she has a sense of humor, right? Yeah. I imagine her Tinder account. Yeah, donut lady. Well done, donut lady. There you go. Yeah, donuts, a little bunch of a little moon. Things that talk about her identity, things that matter for a cop. But donut lady, she's, yeah, she has all of it. What is an elephant? Because she always loved elephants. That's her spirit animal, Elephants or rhinos or whatever the crap that shit is. Lady, one of them, both of them, they probably get their nails done in the same place. That's so sweet. That's beautiful. You know what? There's a little problem here. You will have malfunction with your firearm if you keep your finger there, because that's not how you're supposed to hold a gun, right? By the way, guys, if you're interested in all of this stuff, you have the books there, as I said before. But one of the things, I mean, they should have given, was in Texas, little public service. Buy a bunch of my books, spread them among these people. Maybe they will pick it up one day and realize, wow, that's how you're supposed to hold these things. That is super interesting. Yay! Yeah, your hand goes like very high because that's the barrel and that's where the force comes from. And if you have more distance, you have a lot more leverage and the gun will just jump out of your hand, as you will see here in a second. But yeah, maybe get the thing, get my books, give it for them to read. Maybe when they have nothing else to do. Maybe while they're doing their nails, maybe when they'll do. There you go. Look at that nice gap. That is tactical shit right there. Yeah, big gap in your grip. That is always good sign. That's a sign of a professional right there. Right. So she knocks.
Sheriff's office.
Right. You go over there. We're getting ready. Yeah. The gun it's getting further down the grip. It keeps on going. They're ready for action, man. They are ready for this. What is this, Will? Yeah, they will. Yeah, this is gonna get super real in a second now. Look at, yeah. Make sure you have your finger pressed against this back of this slide. That's always, yeah, there. That's perfect. Hold it there. Yeah. Just hold it there as you mag dump the shit out of. It's escaping. It's getting out of your hand. There you go. Well, her buddy keeps on mag dumping. Yeah, you put a few more rounds in there, girl. You do it. You just go for it. And that was a woman. Of course, that's a woman in Texas. A woman in Texas in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. She hears an alarm go off, and she does what anyone in Texas does in the middle of the night. She picks up a gun, and she walks to the door inside her own house or a friend's house, and she gets... a completely innocent woman. They mad dumped on a completely innocent woman that you're shooting inside someone else's house. How much of a dumb idiot, how stupid can you be to not realize that yes, lady, there's a very good chance that someone in Texas in their own home has a gun. And when they hear an alarm go off at 2 a.m., they pick up said gun. I announced myself, again, 2 a.m. Maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe it's someone that is playing video games with headphones. Maybe it's someone engaging in something else. Maybe it's someone getting a shower. Maybe it's God know what. Maybe someone that's drunk. Maybe someone's on drugs in his own house. You don't know. Just because you banged with your little fist and with your little voice, you announced, the police here. Maybe someone didn't hear you. Maybe if it's a guy shouting out. Again, there's a number of reasons why they didn't hear you. You just cannot fucking mag dump inside someone's house through the window. You have to expect that person to have, yes, a firearm of some kind. That is kind of expected, for sure in Texas, of all places, for crying out loud. No training whatsoever, no common sense, reacting like a scared, hysterical woman. That's how you expect. That's what you have. Yeah, I don't think this makes any sense. I think there's lots of jobs that could do perfectly suited for both men and women, and there's gonna be jobs that are even better suited for women than for men. In teaching, things that require a little bit more sensitivity, and especially dealing with children, I think that women are objectively better at that than men. Women are better than that. That's why they gravitate towards that. That's kind of like in their name. This shit, no. This is insane. This stupidity just costs a woman's... And it's sad. But in this politically correct world that we live in, you cannot say such things. Now it's just like, I want to be like 7 feet tall and be an NBA player. Well, that's not what I am. What am I going to complain? But I really want to be that. Well, you're not. I'm not 7 feet tall. I'm not a dude playing in the NBA. And yeah, that sucks, right? I'll just get over it eventually. But the same thing should apply to these people. To these, I really want to have a gun and play little cowboy girl there. No, Jessie from... Toy Story. No, you cannot do that, right? That's not... Why? Well, because you're not suited for this job. For this job, we require guys. because it's been proven that it's a lot more, it is safer for the officer, and most of all, it's going to be safer for people out there that are relying on you. See you next time, guys. Take care.